We're here in Pilot Point, Texas, and we're with Chad and Susie Chance, home of Hoofwatch and World Championship Blacksmiths. And we are going to make a series of videos for Las Vegas, our year-end championship. We have two judges from the UK that happen to be both fellowships of the Worshipful Company of Farriers, and they happen to be married. Both of them are well respected in our industry, Mr. Stephen Bean and Miss Sarah Bean. The Basali individual class for Vegas this is a William Russell inspired shoe that Sarah kicked in there, and it came at a good time with the passing of Lee Lyles. I'm glad that we're kind of making a shoe to carry on what he's been preaching about all this time. So it's a good selection, and it is set up for 6 nail holes that are set up for an E hybrid or a concave E4. It's got 2 heel caulkins. It's made out of 12 inches of 3/8 by 1. It's got 2 points of transition. It's got 2 right below the toenails, and then 2 to clean out for the commissures, and it is fullered through the toe. We've got 2 points of transition on each branch. We have the toe is hollowed out, and we have a point of transition. That's where I put a mark at inch and 3/4 off the center, inch and 3/4 off the center for both toe marks. That's where your first point of transition is. And then the heels make a taper to clean out for the commissures, and I put that mark at 1 inch. So I have 1 inch for my heels and 1 3/4 inches from the center punch mark, and those are I put those on the inside, and they just kind of help me from getting too far off a track. And so we're gonna bump at this point of transition, because the shoe measures an inch wide, and by the time you do any kind of drawing around that inch, you get to be narrower than 1 inch. So we're just going to bump, give us a little bit of material to fudge with on both branches. All right, just going to put some material where that one point is on the toe. It looks like it's far down the branch, but it's only 1 3/4 inches off center. I've got my mark there. Just a quick bump, just a real quick bump. Bump the other side again. All right, you want to keep it up off the anvil, and we're just going to knife blade this out. I'm making this wide. I got my thickness for my heel caulk. Now I'm just going to come over here on a nice sharp edge and grab the corner. And that's going to be my heel caulk. Boom. And I'm going to drag down to get a straight edge on the back. And now I've started the process of making my little heel caulk. Just working all the sides. You can see the center punch mark. The reason I got that there is because I don't want to make my taper longer than that center punch mark. All right, I'm going to hold this flat. I'm coming back to my taper, holding it up and coming back to my taper, and then finishing out my heel caulk. And then just kind of come in here and you can just square up the front of them. We'll do the other side. All right, again, we're just widening out to get height. If you don't widen out, then you don't get any height. Then the set down and the height is where you get the leading edge of your heel caulk. All right, so you come here, try and take this same amount of material. And you're just trying to make it climb with the edge of your hammer, get taller, pull this forward. When you pull this forward, that creates a more acute front edge. And you just start building it again. I got my center punch mark. I'm not going to go past that. Back it up. Everything is just constantly revisited. I got my marks here. I'm just gonna come in here and remove material right up and pull towards that mark so that I'm adding material, I'm not pulling material away. Do the same thing over here. I'm gonna start adding material to that mark. Then I can come in here. And then flatten it out. Clean up to the mark. The majority of that was stock removal, just trying to do stock removal. I have my marks that I'm going by. That keeps the length of my branches the same. I'm going to bend my toe and then we'll bend each branch. Just getting these bent around a little bit because now I can come in here and clean up my lines and flatten. Come up here and just push my hammer over the top of the horn. Do the same for this side. Come here, come all the way around, and pull that down and make that nice radius there. Again, flatten it up because it really wants to get thick on you in a hurry. And you got to have enough material there to fuller. Now we'll do each branch. All right, we're going to bend our branch. I'm going to start in the center, come to this edge, but I'm really going to push around the corner. If you come here and you just pull against that one tip, and then you start from the tip and go around the horn. Then you come here, and we're getting it all cleaned out. Again, starting from that tip and going all the way around. Coming and ending up right at that point, and then stopping right here. Kind of getting my heel cock in line with travel. I'm going to flatten this out real good and get it really nice and get the 3/8 back. All right, we're just going to do the same thing. Come down here, get it bent around, go to that tip, and then right here, all I'm doing is pushing material against that side and coming around. Then come up here and open my toe and get right to the end of that inside titty there and then come around the corner. Then we'll come here and get it in line with the commissure and flatten a little bit of material and see where I'm at.
I'm gonna open this up and go right out to that titty, and then here, I'm gonna push and come around. You can drop your hand a little bit and kick the branch around. Then I'm just gonna hold it in line with travel and straighten up the front edge of that heel caulk a little bit. I have enough shape in my shoe to rely on two points of reference. I've already got these 2 points here, and I know that the fuller end stops just before those. I know that this is where the center nail is, so my fuller end is going to be just slightly above that. Hem up, just kind of put a nice hem on there for my fuller end, put a nice line that I can follow. I don't really care about my shape of my toe at this point. Because it's easier with a nice open shape than it is an acute type shape. Kind of bend it around and then follow on through. I got my middle nail. And I got my toenail. Clean up all my frog eyes. And pritchel it out. I'm going to come in with a little bit bigger. It's set up for a concave 4 or a hybrid 4. And I'll bring a bigger E-head stamp and stamp it, get it a little bit bigger. All right, so we're going to come in here and finish off our toe, and then use that leverage of that to bring it on around. Got to kick this out because otherwise it'll go over the commissure, it'll go over the foot. So the whole time you're bending the branch in to adjust for the branch coming in, you have to kick that trailer out. So right here I'm bringing it in, that kicks the branch in, so now I have to kick it back out. I'm going to line it up with the other nail holes. I'm just going to come in here and mark my toenail. I'm going to mark my middle nail and then my heel nail. Getting those frog eyes off and then pritcheling it out. We're just going to come here, come around the corner, forging all the way through, and come all the way around. Flatten it up real good. reforge that toe. You can see this little bump right here. Boom, take it right out to the, and then finish off where you left off. Now I'm on the other side of that titty, and I'm gonna go out to the quarter. And then just I'm always making that to where it'll straighten out to the commissure. Just flattening it up. Just making it measure. Just kind of cleaning it up. I think we're got it to where we're done with it.